to The Rewind. I'm Megan McDonald. A lot of movement in men's soccer over the weekend, and it all starts with CSU Bakersfield. Remember, the Runners got really hot about this time last year and made it all the way to the WAC championship game. Can they do the same this year? We'll see how their week got started. Senior day for the Runners as they host Air Force. 54th minute, Jamie Carey Morrell finds Christian Duarte on the right side and he finds the back of the net. 82nd minute, Carey Morrell again with the free kick to the box and Simon Doherty with the header for a 2-0 lead. Air Force got on the board 11 seconds later, but it was not enough to take down the seniors of Bakersfield. Same team, different day, Bakersfield hosting UMKC. Christian Duarte setting the tone of the game, finding the back of the net in just the 3rd minute. 10 minutes later, Carey Morrell to Mario Iniguez. He gets that header. 75th minute, Duarte to Julian Zamora for the 3rd goal of the game and his 7th of the season. Runners take the match in a 3-0 decision. Bakersfield catapults themselves into 4th place in the tournament standings, improving to 3-2-2 in WAC play. Grand Canyon hosting Seattle U. Defense was the name of the game. 3rd minute, Sergio Rivas feeding it to Nick Prasad and David Olson finding the back of the net for his 8th goal of the season, and that's how it would end. The Redhawks win in a 1-0 decision. Seattle U stays on top at 7-1 in conference play with its only loss coming from Houston Baptist. Utah Valley at number 2 coming off not its best weekend, losing to UNLV, but getting a win against Grand Canyon in a come-from-behind victory, while UNLV is chomping at the bit to surpass Utah Valley. Incarnate Word not eligible for the tournament yet, so Bakersfield moves up to 4 for tournament's sake. Houston Baptist and San Jose State round out the top 6. Another shakeup at the top of the conference, but this time in women's soccer. Utah Valley dropped a match against Grand Canyon on Friday night, opening the door for Seattle U, and that's where we'll get things started. The Redhawks earned their 11th shutout of the season against the Lopes. 22nd minute, a cross from Summer Mason to Julia Moravec. Moravec, a WAC all-tournament team member last year. That's Moravec's 9th of the season. Redhawks up 1-0. 9 minutes later, Seattle U on the attack again. A throw-in and Kyla Danforth gets the goal, giving Seattle U a 2-0 lead going into halftime. Second half, more from Moravec, a beautiful through ball to Carly White. White outruns the defense, finds the back of the net, and they go up 3-0. Just 1 minute later, Summer Mason joining the goal-scoring party, adding one of her own to give the Redhawks a 4-0 victory. Seattle U outshot the Lopes 18-7, allowing just 2 shots on goal during the match. Utah Valley on the road taking on Bakersfield. 29th minute, look at Libby Weber through the legs of the defender and across to Brianna McCarter to get the Wolverines on the board. That's her 3rd of the season. 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Goalkeeper Tori Ornella with the long ball to the box. Some confusion. Tori Vanderhoff comes up with it and ties it up for Bakersfield heading into the break. Okay, 46th minute, McCarter again down the right side, passes to Sarah Callister and across back to McCarter, getting the lead back for the Wolverines. That's her 3rd goal of the season, putting UVU up 2-1. Putting it away in the 58th minute, that's Callister again on the attack down the right side to Callie Stubbs, and Stubbs rebounds her own shot to give the Wolverines a 3-1 advantage. That's Stubbs' 4th goal of the season. Utah Valley outshot Bakersfield 20-10, taking the match 3-2. Heading over to New Mexico State at UMKC. Senior day for the Roos, and it all started in the 1st minute. Freshman Reagan Childers shot into the upper 90 for her 8th goal of the season. Getting the start on senior day, that's Taylor Andrzejewski making the most of it. She had a big goal in the WAC tournament last year, and with a heroic repeat scoring the 2nd goal for UMKC from 5 yards out this weekend. 80th minute, the Roos up 2-0. Corner kick, watch this. Off the post, not once, twice. Another save, and it's Lexi Howard, who already had 2 assists on the day, finally getting a goal of her own to put the Roos up 3-0. And then Howard again with the insurance goal in the 88th minute. Priest finding the loose ball, and Howard puts it away to take the match 4-0. That's goalkeeper Anna Lillig's 3rd shutout of the season. With the win, UMKC locks up its bid to the WAC tournament in a couple weeks with wins against UTRGV and New Mexico State, while Seattle U is looking like the team to beat, taking that top spot at 7-0-2, but Utah Valley not too far behind in 2nd place at 7-1-1, while Grand Canyon takes number 4 with that upset over Utah Valley this weekend, but still not eligible for the WAC tournament, so New Mexico State moves up to 4, and Bakersfield and UTRGV round out the top 6. We're less than a month away from volleyball WAC championships, and we're really starting to see teams come into their own. So let's take a look at Utah Valley and UMKC. First set, UVU with the dig and Lauren Bacher with the kill. Third set, Wolverines already up 2-0 in the match, looking to close this one out. UMKC with the serve and Bacher again with the kill. She had 12 on the day. The Roos staying in it took the third set, but the Wolverines too much to handle, taking the fourth set 25-19 for a 3-1 victory over UMKC. Haley Durham breaking another UTRGV record over the weekend, this time in career blocks. Check her out on the far side. She finished with 6 blocks to increase her career total to 326 to pass Lisa Yanez in 1996. This is Durham's third program record as she holds the records for block assists and blocks per set. UMKC with 2 tough losses this week takes the number 5 spot right behind Seattle U at 4. Bakersfield on a 3-game winning streak is 3rd. Utah Valley holds on to 2nd place at 7-2, getting 2 wins on the weekend against UMKC and Chicago State. And New Mexico State undefeated in WAC play, sweeping its last 2 opponents, taking that number 1 spot. It's getting late in the season, which is the time the best athletes really step up their game. So let's take a look at WAC Players of the Week. Starting with volleyball, this is her 3rd WAC Player of the Week honor of the season. That's Seattle U's Martina Shambadon. The middle blocker led the Redhawks to 2 wins last week, averaging 3 kills, 2 blocks, and .56 service aces per set. She also posted a double-double and a career-high 12 blocks, tying her for the 2nd highest single match total in Seattle U history in last week's game against Chicago State. Moving on to the men's soccer players of the week, CSU Bakersfield with the sweep. Christian Duarte and Jamie Carey Morrell earn offensive and defensive honors for this week. Duarte, a middle fielder, led the runners to 2 wins with 2 goals and an assist. Carey Morrell, a defender, led Bakersfield's defense, holding UMKC to just 2 shots on goal in the shutout, and also had 3 assists on the weekend. On the women's side, Seattle U with the sweep. Julia Moravec and Kelly Beck named Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. Moravec scored both game winners in a pair of shutout wins. Not only did she get the game winner in the win against Grand Canyon, the forward assisted on the remaining 3 goals, matching her career high with 5 points. Beck, a defender, led the Seattle U backline to its 10th and 11th shutouts of the season, allowing just 6 shots on goal in the 2 Redhawk victories. Don't forget, you can watch live games on the WAC Digital Network at wacsports.com/live. For more information, check us out at wacsports.com or follow us on Twitter and Facebook.